Good afternoon, everyone. Um, what we're going to have today is first we're going to have an opening prayer, and then we're going to have a little introduction and welcome information about our speaker, and then the speaker will give her talk, and then we can have a Q&A and open forum later, and then we're going to close hopefully by 1 o'clock. Okay, are you ready? That sounds like a very good lunch activity for today. Anyway, let's start with the opening prayer. Everyone, please stand again. Let's put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Father, may everything we do begin with your inspiration. That our work always finds its origin in you and through your rich completion. Lord, pour out on us the spirit of understanding, truth, and peace. God our Father, work is your gift to us, a call to reach new heights by using our talents for the good of all. We offer this gathering to you and ask you to bless it with your wisdom and grace. Thank you for this opportunity to be together, to grow in our love and service of you and of one another. Enlighten our minds to know what is true and just, and strengthen our will to carry out faithfully what we come to see as our duty. May all our thoughts, words, and actions be directed to making your name and your love better known among men, for our sanctification and happiness here and in eternity. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Thank you. And on behalf of the LCC, Light, sorry, LLC, Living Light Community, Catholic Community of ADB, I would like to welcome each and every one of you to this very fortunate and important lunch gathering. Before we start, let me just throw some thought-provoking questions for all of you. Do you wholeheartedly and honestly believe that you are created by God in His unique and as a masterpiece? Yes or no? Wow, yes, confident. Do you believe wholeheartedly that you were born for a purpose? Yes, no. Yes, no. There's yes. Okay, very confident. Now, today we are very fortunate to have a speaker who is not only internationally acclaimed, or not only locally acclaimed, but internationally acclaimed as well. She is the author of the best-selling book entitled What's Your Life Masterpiece? She has been facilitating life skills training all over the country and also in Hong Kong, Singapore, Australia, and the US. She holds sessions in helping people discover their true purpose. Madam Auring ba to? She believes that every person is a masterpiece and therefore is called to create a masterpiece that will bless the world. I am just so excited to listen to her. So I won't, there are a lot of other beautiful things about her, but just like you, I'm also excited to learn. So let's give a warm welcome to our beautiful and sexy and young speaker for today, Marianne Mencias.
Thank you very much, Miss Beautiful Masterpiece, Miss Chris. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I consider it a great privilege that God has brought me today to ADB. I know that He will use me as an instrument, as His voice, to communicate to you a lot of things. That yes, you are a masterpiece, and in your heart will be born a great masterpiece that will bless your family, the people around you, and maybe even the world. So I am very excited. If there is one prayer that I keep on praying is that, help me see people the way you see them. That we are all your masterpieces. Second is, help me see myself the way you see me. Because we are most often attacked by insecurities, diba? Doubts, questions about ourselves. And help us work together in creating your kingdom here on earth in whatever way possible. So I'm so happy. Sana mas puno pa, but kanina when I arrived, I was looking at the chairs and I was praying for every soul that God will bring here today. And I know kayo yon, and I hope and pray that you will leave this room later on with a different burning fire in your heart knowing that you have something great to contribute to His world. So, good afternoon. Ang title ng session ko, I want this to be informal, fun, and light. No? So, lunch sesh with masterpieces. At kayo yan. Masterpieces, kaya puro mga M&Ms. Yeah, favorite ko rin ng M&Ms. And my name is actually Marianne Madeleine Mencias, full of M's. Yon, yes. And when I was writing my book, yung What's Your Life's Masterpiece, even for the title, I was praying for the title. Lord, ano ba gusto mong title? And everywhere, I would just see the word masterpiece. And it has brought me to so many places, and I know I would not be able to do it at all by myself. It's only by His grace. It's only by His power that I get to talk and I get to share His voice. So I belong to a family of 6. I have 4 other siblings. All of them are married. I have 7 pamangkins, 6 boys and 1 girl. Although I haven't found the one in terms of lifetime partnership, I am happy. I am happy that ano ba yun? I am happy that I have found the one in terms of the work that I do. I'd be confident in saying that I've found the work that God has assigned me to. And I know it is no accident that I found my purpose at an early age. And I hope and pray that today you will also have more clarity or confirmation that, hey, this is really what I meant to do. Wait lang, there is still so much more that God is asking me to do. Okay, so that's just a little background about me. My life changed when I said yes to my calling. The first one was to facilitate life skill seminars. The second, which was 2012. I was once in corporate. I was in Unilab for 6 years. I was in 3 different divisions. I was in organizing events for doctors for 4 years. I was handling the brand Conzace for 6 months. So I was in marketing. And I was in training for 6 months where I facilitate trainings for employees. And there I found my purpose in helping people really find the right job fit. Nandun yung fire in my heart. Although I realized it was only 5% of the job. It's something that I love, but it's only 5% of the job. So I decided to resign and do more of what I love. So I went into this company that provides life skill seminars. And then there was this part of they have a trilogy. So the last training was to create a professional and a personal goal. My personal goal was to write a book. And my life changed when I said yes to that. So who are the people in my book? I know I am very young. Sana pwede pa yun. Very young. I'm 29. And I know that my experiences are not enough in sharing wisdom to the world, no? So I interviewed 10 successful Filipinos who are doing what they love and are successful in it because I want to bridge those people who are so happy with Mondays and those are just living for the weekends. I want to bridge that gap. I know that it's not limited to just a few. It's for all of us. So I interviewed them and I want to make their wisdom, their attitude, their mindsets available to the rest of us. Okay, so who are they? First is Bo Sanchez. Sino pong kilala si Bo Sanchez? Yeah, syempre. I was just with him in Sydney. I arrived last night. We attend the Hillsong Conference. Bo is an all-time best-selling author, an international speaker. Idol talaga, a very humble guy. This one is Francis Flores. He is the Vice President of International Vice President of Jollibee Foods Corporation and the CEO of Dunkin' Donuts China. Okay, this one is Francis Libiran. Hindi kayo meron po bang kilala kay Francis Libiran? Yes, he's the premier designer of our country. Has held fashion galas around the world, London, Canada recently, etc. Next is Jason Magbanwa. Meron po bang kakakasal lang, ikakasal, gustong ikasal? Woo! Ayan, si Jason Magbanwa is the wedding videographer of the country. So he has been awarded everywhere for his wedding videography. This one is Jose Marichan. Hindi ko alam pero bata pa lang ako, grade 6 pa lang po ako, ay gustong-gusto ko na siyang pinapakinggan. I think I am really an old soul. So may mga cassette tape ako ni Jose Marichan. Little did I know that our paths would cross and he would be one of the featured interviewees of my book. Next this is Josette Bio. I'm not sure if you've read about her. She is a teacher from Iloilo who has a planet named after her. Siya na. Planet Bio. She is an Intel Excellence Awardee for all the advances she has done for in the field of science. Next is Mark Ruiz. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Rags to Riches, Happy Noy, mga business na kumikita. Ay, mali, mga business na kumikita at nakakatulong. Yun ang pinapioneer niya. This one is si Poging Marvin Agustin. He co-owns about more than 50 restaurants now. The country, Mr. Kurosawa, etc., John and Yoko. This one is Michael Carandang. He is the former producer of America's Next Top Model and also got an Emmy awardee. So talagang world-class ang mga Pinoy. Pakisabi nga po sa katabi, world-class ka. You are world-class. You are world-class. The mere fact that you are here in ADB, nako, sobra. You are world-class. I was praying kanina, sabi ko, Lord, I'm gonna speak to people who are world-class and help me really give them wisdom. Because I know that when they are blessed, when their hearts are on fire, it's not gonna stop with them. A lot of others will be so much more blessed. And the last one is si Tony Meloto, the founder of Gawad Kalinga. Yan. So, it's all about passing on to you everything I've learned from them as well as the stuff I've learned therein through my experience and saying yes to my calling and keep on leaping to the unknown and being very much fulfilled along the way and seeing God's power God's grace so powerfully. Yan. Play with words lang. Okay, so the first one I want to share with you today is that you are a masterpiece. Kindly tell the person beside you, you're a masterpiece. You're a masterpiece. Nakita niyo yung first slide kanina with all the M&Ms? We come in different forms, in different shapes, in different sizes, but it's all for a divine purpose. You are a masterpiece. And if you will remember, if we will try and see who we truly are, we should look at children. Pakitignan ng katabi. Naging bata ba yan? Children! Why children? Batang isip. Children, because when you look at children, they're just simply being themselves. They just follow whatever is in their hearts. They're loving, no judgments. When I have a seminar for children and I ask them, who wants to sing? Guess what their reaction is? Ay, me. Diba? And then when I ask them, who wants to dance? Me. Now let's go to a seminar filled with adults. Who wants to sing? Wala, dead ma. Either look on the floor, point to someone else, or leave the room. Diba? What happened? A lot has happened. Somewhere along the way we were hurt. Somewhere along the way we have failed. Somewhere along the way we were disappointed by people who we thought will love us wholeheartedly. And because of that, we slowly have forgotten what a masterpiece we are. So I hope you will always remember the child in you. And once in a while, go ahead, play, be yourself. Face the world with childlike wonder. It's the best way to live. Be true to who you are. Because every time I'm trying not to be myself, sobrang stressful. But when I am being with myself, that's when I am so happy. I am so joyful. Do you feel the same way? We are entitled to be weird. Don't deprive yourself of the true joy of being you. And do not deprive others of your unique blessing. The only way for you to give your unique blessing to other people is by becoming you. You are created exactly the way you are. Your eyes, your nose, your lips, your body, what you love, what you don't like, your attitudes, they're all for a divine purpose. And the only way to be able to serve that is be completely, unapologetically you. Your purpose, I believe this, your purpose is in perfect alignment to how God created you. And today, I hope to provide you guidance and really asking your heart, what are my passions? What are my gifts? Purpose is a combination of your passions. Sino po dito alam niyo na what are your passions? You already know what your passions are. I know what I love. Sino hindi pa po sure? Not yet sure. Ayan, thank you for being honest. Who among you already know, I know my talents, I know my gifting. Ayan, yay! And I know how I can use it to contribute to the lives of others. Yay! Yan. Sana today yan, mas ma-clarify sa inyo kung ano yan. I was talking with my previous boss in Unilab kasi I'm the type of person who really loves discussing about life, about love. That's where I love it. Okay? So every lunch break, I would prepare we call it LCQs, life-changing questions. Alam na nila yon. And one lunch, to make sure, para lang we will have meaningful conversations once in a while. One lunch, my question was, what is something that you regret the most in your life? And my boss, who was in a very high position, sabi niya, I could have been a great chef. I could have been a great chef. During that time that she wanted to study culinary, her parents didn't want her to. Pero little did they know that now, chefs are so much celebrated. Pero now, she has resigned na rin. She has resigned and she is following her passion of baking and spending more time with her family. So, what is it that you think will haunt you for the rest of your life if you don't pursue it? Because there is one thing, or maybe many things, that kept on calling your heart. And if you don't respond to it, it will be one of your greatest regrets. My book is What's Your Life's Masterpiece because if you can see the front of the book, ito po, the front of the book has one big puzzle. Sabi ko kasi, I see the world as one big puzzle. And each of us has a specific mold that will fit in a particular spot. A lot of us try to fit in a particular spot that we know is not right for us. I felt that way before. And we deprive the person who belongs there. And we deprive ourselves of true joy. And once you've found that particular puzzle piece that belongs to you and make it into a masterpiece, then I believe you're actually living your life's purpose. So passions plus talents plus contribution. These are, I love this quotation. Let's all read it together. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs are people who have come alive. I pray that we will all come alive. Pakisabi sa katabi, come alive. Come alive. Let's all come alive. Okay, how do you come alive? Here are just guide questions. If you have some alone time, reflection time, I hope that you will ask these questions to yourself. These are some of the questions that have helped me in finding out what it is that I am meant to do. Okay? So on passions, what do you love to do? What do you love to do? When does time fly? I remember when I was still in my first division, because I was in 3 divisions in Unilab. When I was in my first division, I was already very honest with my passions. They knew that I love talking about life, discussing about life. So one time, I had a colleague, sabi niya, I attended the seminar, I really see you there as a facilitator. So I talked to my boss, she sent me to that seminar. When I was there, I forgot about time. I forgot about my cell phone. I was just so happy. And there was this courage in my heart. I talked to the facilitator, the owner. I told her, I want to facilitate. I want to facilitate for kids. Syempre, I don't trust myself that much yet. So I want to facilitate the one for kids. Sabi niya, you just have to finish the trilogy. So many years after, I finished the trilogy. So what is it that you love to do? Be true to that. I believe that the one who created us loves us very much. That what we are meant to do is actually what we love to do the most. So what is it that you love to do? Next is, what do you love to learn? If you can get all the books in the world, what would be the common topic? Or will it be a variation of different topics? Maybe God created you to be someone who can work on a lot of different things. What do you love to learn? If you can attend all the seminars, what kind of seminar would you want? If you will talk to a particular person who is successful in a particular field, who will that person be? What would you love to learn from that person? Next, when you travel, what store do you love to frequent that is not common to others? Pinakita ko kanina si Francis Libiran. Sabi ni Francis Libiran, the designer, when he travels with his friends had to make sure na walang room, there will be no room full of fabric. in the place that they're going to. Because if there is a room full of fabric, then he will just stay there the whole day. Those are clues. Don't let go of those. Those are unique things about you that may speak about your purpose. Don't let it go. Next is, if all jobs have the same pay, what job will you pursue? There is no particular formula. It doesn't mean that if you are in corporate, naku, I'm not doing what I love. No, God has given you that circumstance for a reason. But what you need to do is stay true to your passion still. Maybe outside of work, there is no formula. Maybe in your heart you love to teach. Then still find time to teach. Find a way for you to still exercise your passion. Eventually, doors will open. You will be surprised. You will be surprised. And last is, what did you want to be as a child that is still true up until now? Ano yung ini-imagine mo nung bata ka? When I was young, I kept on imagining I was a host for events. So I also do that now. It's really public speaking. Yung iba, they would imagine they would write articles. And until now, that's still in their heart. What is it? Kasi when we were young, we were just simply thinking, we were just simply following our hearts. So what is it for you? What did you love to do as a child that is still in your heart today? Did you love to sing? Did you love to dance? By all means, follow that. Follow that. And if you feel na in my work now, in what I am doing now, with all my children, I don't know how I'm able to still follow my passion. My advice to that is pray and tell God, Lord, this is what I want to do. But because of where I am now, I don't think how I'll be able to. Help me find a way. And He will open doors for you, for sure. For sure. Next is, what are your talents? Yan, talents. Lahat po tayo may talents. Meron talagang binigay sa'yo na unique gift si Lord na is meant to be used. Is meant to be used. So, what help do people usually ask from you? Do they approach you for presentations? Do they need you for numbers? Who loves numbers? I'm perfect. Do they approach you for some research work? Talagang, I know someone, she loves research work. As in, sabi ko, kailan ka pinaka-happy? Sabi niya, pag nagre-research ako. O, diba? Ang galing! Ang galing talaga. So there is something out there that you're meant to do that is actually very beneficial to others as well. So what help do people usually ask from you? Next is, what is it that you do that people thank you a lot for? Is it organizing events? Is it when you perform? Is it when you write something and they approach you and say, thank you, ang galing-galing mo talaga. Ganyan. Kailan yon? Kailan yon? What were your past successes? When I was asking myself these questions, I would look back at all the recollections or retreats we've done in school before. And I remember when I would speak, meron akong classmate way back in high school, first year high school. And then we graduated many years after, we were all working. She told me, Maan, hindi ko makalimutan yung sinabi mo ng recollection. So, I saw traces of when I felt God was working mightily through me. When was it for you? What were you doing? Next is, what seems to be natural and easy for you to do which others may find difficult or challenging. I am not very good. I mean, numbers, okay lang, hindi kami super close. Pero there are some people who are very, natural in crunching numbers. There are people who's just very good in arranging stuff. So, ano yun for you? Ano yun for you? Okay? Pakisabi nga sa katabi, medyo nahahanap mo na ba? Medyo nahanap mo na ba? Meron ba nagkakaroon ng clarity somehow? Hallelujah. Okay. Okay. So next, once you know what, I hope you really find time to be by yourself and just be in prayer and ask yourselves this question on your passions, on your gifting, and how you can use them to contribute. Okay? Because the second point is, you are called to create a masterpiece that will bless the world. You are called to create a masterpiece that will bless the world. It may be through a project, it may be through a book, it may be through a ministry, I don't know, but you are called to create a masterpiece. We are all pioneers. We are all pioneers. We are all visionaries. In your heart, there is a vision that God has placed. But it cannot happen by His divine providence alone. You have to act on it. You have to act on it. There is something in you that will bless the world, that will heal the world in a way that only you can. God doesn't have any more feet, hands, body here. That will be us. That will be you and me. So I asked myself, sabi ko, so reflector, ako si Miss Reflect eh. So mahilig ako mag-reflect. Pag nagta-travel, kailangan may dala akong libro. There was one time I was reading about purpose. Ito na, in-open na ni God yung heart ko. I am so passionate about purpose. Hindi ko na matanggihan eh. So I really have to heed that call. I'm very passionate on purpose. So one time, I brought a book with me. The title is 1 Month to Live. I was reading about passion. So I was holding the book. Sabi ko, ang ganda naman dito. As in, that was passion talking. And then I asked myself this question, no? How can I best love the world given my interests, my passions, my skills, my resources, and my personality? If you will ask yourself that question, given who you are, where you are, what you have, how can you best love the world? When I asked myself this question, I said, kasi madaldal po ako eh, hindi mahalata, no? Madaldal po ako, and I love talking with people, I love interviewing successful people. Sabi ko, alam ko na, I'm going to write a book where I will interview successful people. If how that is going to happen, I do not know. But that's my answer to my question of how I will love the world. So for you, how can you best love the world? Maybe the path, the how is not clear, but if the what is clear, then slowly the how will reveal itself to you. All you need to do is keep on walking in faith and knowing that you're doing it because you want to love the world in a way that only you can. Only you can. So these are the stuff I learned along the way, no? Don't settle where you are when you know in your heart you are not where you're supposed to be. Diba? There was one time I was already in my 3rd division. Sabi nung dalawang bosses ko, sabi nila, nung mag-resign ako, pinaglaban ka pa naman namin. Because I was about to resign, HR called me up and said there was a vacancy. The pinaka-boss of HR said, are you sure we're still gonna get her? Because she's about to leave the company. She can just leave anytime. And they said, no po, no ma'am, she will stay. She will stay. We're sure she will stay. After a year, I said, I'm gonna resign. So it's a good thing that they're still my very good friends now. And still my mentors. Thank you, Lord. So, there was one time I was there in the chapel. Tapos sabi ko talaga, ayoko da. Yun. So if you know that you are not in the right place, take action. Talk to someone who you think you like her job. Talk to a department where you think you will thrive more. Do something about it. Don't let your don't let your life go into waste. And naniniwala talaga ako that everything has a purpose. Where you are now, who you're working with now, it will all play a great divine role in how things will be. After 6 years in Unilab, I launched my book last year in Unilab. It was fully sponsored by Enervon sa Unilab mismo. So it all came full circle. Lahat. Pero ang importante is, you still have to give it your best. You have to give it your best where you are now. I love the girl from one of my friends from HR. Sabi niya, every time she gives career talks to new employees now, sabi niya, uy maan, hindi ko nasabi. Because I gave a team building to Unilab. Talagang I still work with them. I gave a team building to them early this year and I was with her in El Nido. Saya. And she was telling me, uy maan, sabi niya, I'm using you as an example, ha? Sabi niya, when I do career talks for employees, that you can actually try to find yourself within the same company, but still do your best in every division. Because eventually, it will all come full circle. And I've witnessed that in my own life, and I couldn't be more thankful. Next is follow the dictates of your interest and contribution. There was this guy interviewed, the wedding videographer of the country, si Jason Magbanwa. When he graduated, he knew in his heart he loves to teach. Meron ba dito loves to teach? Yan, ako, God is speaking to you now. Mag-teach ka daw in whatever way possible. So, he loves to teach. His parents said, kaya ka nga namin dyan pinag-aral so that you will have money, tapos magtuturo ka, blah, blah, blah. So, he still followed his heart. He went to Quezon and he taught broadcast communications, advertising. He was still very young then. And then one time, one of his students approached him and asked him, Sir, pwede mo bang kuhanan ng video yung sister ko? Kakasal siya. So that time, he was just being paid 5,000 per video. Now he's earning 150,000 to 300,000 per video. So, he said yes. And when he felt he already paid his dues in teaching, and a lot of people are approaching him na for wedding videography, then he resigned. He resigned from teaching, and he knew he had to put up his own company. Guess who he hired? Sino? Huh? Exactly. He hired his students. So it will all come full circle. You just follow what's interesting for you, where you think you will contribute, where is there enthusiasm in your heart. Nandun yun. Kagabi, I just arrived from Sydney, but when I was thinking about this talk, excited pa rin ako. Tomorrow, I'm flying to Cebu, excited pa rin ako. So there is that enthusiasm in your heart. What will it be? What is that thing that you think God is asking you to do? And a lot of people, siguro if you can share it also with people you know, no? Usually ang tanong, saan ba ako yayaman? Saan ba ako sisikat? But actually, where does money come from? Money comes from trees? From where? From God. But in practical ways, money comes actually from people. Money comes from people. And why will people give you their money? Because you are helping them. People will give you their money because you are helping them. So actually, the wisest question to ask is, how will I best love to help people? How will I love best to help people? What will be so fun to do that can actually be helpful to others? I hope you will find time to answer that question. If you keep on asking me, how will I best love to help people, I'd love to keep on doing this. I'd love to keep on writing. I'm also into real estate, by the way. But I do that for the love of my parents. Yeah, okay. And I know that there are some things, but in life is not perfect. There are still some things we will do that is not, in perfect alignment to our joy and peace. But I know that it's supposed to help us, shape us into our best character, to make us more godly, And whatever it is that you will do that will start your journey towards your purpose. I just read this yesterday. Do not neglect the promise of humble beginnings. I believe that in pursuing our purpose, we will not really just get there, diba? There is always a process, and that process is meant to keep our hearts humble and keep us really clinging to the divine, that we cannot do it just by ourselves. When you don't, this is what I realized also, when you don't make it about you, then that's when you win the most. Every time I give a talk and I'm such a nervous, ano yung tamang word? Wreck. Ayan, when I was, author daw. When I was I'm a nervous wreck, that's when I realized that I'm actually making it about me. But when I stop and tell myself that I am just going to be used as an instrument of God, and ask myself, how can I best help these people? It is no accident that our paths have crossed. So, ask yourself, every time you're asked to do something, think of it as a way to contribute, to help. Forget about yourself, and then you realize at the end that it's when you win the most, and it's when you become most joyful. And I also realized that it will take a lot of leaps to the unknown and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. When I first launched my seminar on purpose, I was dead scared. Not just butterflies, the animal kingdom was in my stomach. So that's how it is, because you're sharing the real imperfect part of you to others because you want to make a difference. And it's not going to be easy on the stomach, but it's always going to be worth it. It's always going to be worth it. Every time I will approach my interviewees, all the stories were in my book on how I got to interview them. There will always be a knot in my stomach on how to approach these people and why the hell will they give me their time. But people will feel it when you are passionate, when you have that, when you want to pursue something because you want to make a difference. So allow yourself to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is not weakness. I would recommend a book by Brené Brown if you love to read. Brené Brown is a speaker and author on vulnerability and shame. There was one time she was invited to give a talk at TED Talks. She was so scared because she was with the most successful in the world. And while she was approaching the stage, sabi niya, "What is worth doing even if I fail? What is worth doing even if I fail?" And she proceeded to give a great talk. This is something I'll keep on doing even if I fail, because it's worth it. And I was with a friend from Sydney. Her name is Ate Glennis. She's very successful there already. She has 3 branches of life skill seminars for children. And I asked her, she has a wholesale business in clothes, she has a high-paying job. Also, ang dami niyang ginagawa. Sabi ko, Ate Glennis, how are you able to do everything that you are doing? And her answer to me was so profound. Sabi niya, there are just some things that are worth doing. What would it be that will be worth doing for you? Worth your time, worth yourself, worth your effort. Give yourself away. It's always keeping in mind that you wouldn't want to leave this world someday with your song still inside you. Every one of us, each one of us, has a song waiting to be played in our hearts, which others needed so much to hear, which others are longing to hear. I hope someday we will look back in our lives and say, I did what I had to. I have no regrets. I was true to myself and I gave myself away to make a difference, a positive difference in the lives of others. And this is one of the principles I live by. Let's all read it together. When I come to the end of my life, I hope that I would not have any single bit of talent left and could tell my God, I used everything you gave me. So I hope you will all face Him someday and say, ako talaga na-imagine ko, sabihin ko, pagharap ko siya, Lord, bus na! Nawa ko na lahat! Lahat na natira! So I hope we will all be able to face Him someday with that fulfillment in our hearts that you gave it all away. And also very important, have a clear picture of how you want things to be. Matanong ko lang po, who among you has a vision board? Yay! Who doesn't have a vision board? Yeah, perfect. So a vision board, who can define a vision board for me? Ano po ang vision board, ma'am? Ako po ako.
Vice ganda lang. Yung my mission board kasi, it's actually my mission and my vision board. All the dreams and aspirations that I want to accomplish during my lifetime, not just for myself, but also for my family. And not just a vision in terms of material things, but also the dreams of my kids and my husband. Yeah. Ay, madami na. So, kino-color ko sila ng madaming color.
Yes. It's actually a vision board can be something that, you know, a white illustration board where you put pictures of places you want to go to, of things you want to do. Pwede rin notebook, pwede rin online, you know, you collect pictures online, you put it together, make a collage out of it. You will be surprised on the things that will happen. Oh my gosh. Ako sobrang, some of the dreams I put were so silly. There was one time I saw in the newspaper, andito yung picture pero hindi ko siya nasama sa presentation. There was a picture of women of worth, parang women of worth. So, ando sila tweeted nila yun, si Cheska Garcia, ganyan. So, ay, parang gusto ko yun, Lord. So, ginupit ko siya. Ginupit ko, pinost ko. And then, weeks after, a friend of mine who works for SM, sabi niya, Maan, can we include you in the inspirational women of the Philippines? Tapos lumabas yung picture, ando si Cheska. Ano, kasama ko. So, nakakatawa talaga. truly believe that God has a great vision for your life and for the life of your family. Tapos yung mga organizers, they were saying, guys, you have to give it up. We don't have slots anymore. We're very sorry. Go to other master classes. There's no more space. And I was like, sabi ko dun sa friend ko, hindi, makakapasok tayo. Nakikita ko na, sabi ko sa kanya. Tapos after a few, lakad pa kami, no? After a few stretch pa, sabi no, nilumapit na naman, guys, give it up. There's no hope for you to be able to come in. So yung friend ko, nag-give up na siya. Ay, hindi talaga ako nag-give up. So I was there by the parang barricades. Please let me enter. Sabi ko dun sa guy. And he was telling me, do you have a seat inside? We can only allow people with seats. Honest naman ako. Sabi ko, no. Sabi niya, sorry, we can't do anything. And then, my friend who left suddenly texted and she said, oh my gosh, man, I'm inside! I was supposed to go to the main arena but they directed me to the sports hall kasi ito yung masterclass. So I said, I told the guy, sabi ko sa kanya, my friend is inside! Sabi ko, yung katabi ko ang kulit din, so pinapasok na niya kami. Okay, so I saw my friend inside. She was seated sa may middle part of the room. I was supposed to share seats with her na lang. So ko, hindi, I know God has a good seat for me. So ko, okay, I'll leave my stuff first. I'll find a seat. So minanap ako mas malapit. Tapos, sa may side, so this is the stage, there are chairs there. Sa front, merong vacant. So, ang lola mo, sabi ko, can I sit there? Dun sa organizer. Tapos parang, pumayag naman siya, so upo ako dun. So when Judah started I was right in front, ha? Hindi pa ako satisfied. I was right in front. I was here. He was there speaking, as in front talaga siya. There was one vacant seat left right here. Hindi talaga ako makapakali. Sabi ko, Lord, I know, nireserve mo yung seat niya sa akin. So nagsastart na siya mag-talk. Hindi ako makakoncentrate sa talk niya kasi gusto ko talagang lumipat. So, nung nagtatawanan na lahat with what he said, sabi ko, okay, chance ko na. Lumipat na ako sa front. So, I was there, oh my God, as in, kung may VIP, VVIP na yun. As in, I was right in front of him. And I was able to ask a question, bongga talaga. And there, right then and there, I knew that we have so many blessings in store for us. Waiting just to be claimed. Waiting just to be... You just have to really see a clear picture of where you want your life to go. Of what you want to do. Of your dreams. Because God has the perfect plan for you. And it is in His storehouse of blessings. It just has to be claimed. It just has to be claimed. Kailangan lang minsan ng kapal ng mukha. Kailangan lang minsan ng courage. Diba? A good term for kapal ng mukha, courage. And you're right there. And you know that it's for you. So have a clear picture of how you want. Ayan yung itsura ko. Oh my gosh, I'm in front! Picture talaga ako. And that's the guy right in front of me, si Judah Smith. And there was a long line after his talk asking to take a picture with him. Siyempre, pangalawa ako sa line. Diba? Chika-chika pa kami. I want... The question and answer. No, my friend right here has a question. Friends pa. So we had a picture after. Ayan. Diba? Galing ni Lord eh. Kailangan lang talaga tag team kayo. Okay. And now, I will encourage you to begin with the end in mind. How do you want to see your life? And these are just guide questions na I hope you will use in your Muni-Muni time. Muni-Muni time. Okay. Imagine you are in your 80s and your loved ones are seated around you. Meron na ba dito nag-7 habits of highly effective people? This actually came from there. What do you wish they would say about how you love them? If these people are seated around you, would you want them? Who are mothers? Mothers? Who are fathers? Grandfathers? Grandmothers? Okay. So how would you want these people around you to... What would you want them to say? She's the best mom in the world. She is the most loving daughter. She is such a great friend. She made me laugh like there's no tomorrow. She has supported my dreams all the way. He is the best father one can ever know. She's the most supportive sister there is. What would you want them to say about you? Begin with the end in mind. There was one time... Ay, lapit na. Sige. There was one time, my dad had wine. Tapos, di ba, in vino veritas, in wine there is truth. So there was one time, he had wine, he put his arms around me and my mom, tapos sabi niya sa mommy ko, sabi niya, tong anak natin na to, sabi niya, ano siya, di ba? Mahal na mahal tayo, no? Sabi niya, boom! Sabi ko, wow! Nothing will top that moment. Nothing will top that moment. Knowing that, that's my prayer eh. Kasi sometimes the people around us are so hard to love. Diba? And sometimes the people closest to us, of course, causes the most pain. And my prayer to God is, Lord, help me to love my dad the way you want me to love him. Help me to love my mom the way you want me to love her. And use my heart to love, especially these people you've specifically put in my life. Next is, a reporter came to interview you about your lifetime accomplishments. What successes would you love to share? I founded schools, I built foundations, hindi ko alam. I wrote best-selling books, I don't know. What accomplishments would you love to share when you're in your 80s? And I hope that will help you move closer and closer to your God-given dreams. Yan, meron na kayong pang muni-muni. Last is, so the first one was, you are a masterpiece. Number 2 is, you are called to create a masterpiece that will bless the world. And number 3, remain a masterpiece. Because a lot of things in this world will call us to be otherwise. Especially the enemy, especially the devil. He will tell you, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, hanggang dito ka na lang, wala ka ng patutunguhan, ang sama-sama mo, wala kang kwenta. Yan. Sabihin yan sa'yo araw-araw. And I want us to do a quick exercise. Kindly stand and pick a partner. Pick a partner. Pick a buddy. Pick a buddy. And mag back to back kayo. No, back to back kayo. Back to back. Okay. Ayan, walang pair. Yung mga walang pair. Yan, sir. And, kayo po, Miss Chris and si ma'am over there. Si ma'am walang partner. Yeah, para lahat may pair, di ba? Para lahat maka-experience. Okay, back to back. Back B2B. B2B kayos. Okay. Ayan, I want you to imagine that this person behind you, naka-back to back mo, is someone who has utang from you, who has not paid, and hindi joke ang utang niya, and for so many years already. And then last night, you also heard, and it was confirmed, that this person caught a contagious disease. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, say hello to this person. Go! Turn your back and say hello to this person who has utang. Okay. Turn your back again, back to back ulit, back to back, back to back, back to back. This time, I want you to imagine that this person is your BFF. What's BFF? Best friend forever, who you have not seen for the longest time, at miss na miss mo na siya, lahat ng pagsasama nyo, pagkukwentuhan nyo, and it's been 10 years since you last saw each other, so now go ahead and say hi to your BFF! Sige na, please sit down. Alam ko na purpose nyo, alam ko na. Maging actress and actor. Grabe, nadala ako dun eh. Okay, what am I trying to say here? That was just, what? Role play. It was just a few seconds. But there you would see the power of your thoughts. Inisip mo lang may utang to sa'yo, iba hindi talaga naghawakan eh. After a few seconds, biglang, diba? So, the power of our thoughts. Pakisabi sa katabi, you have the power to create. If there is an aspect of your life, o sige, bago yon, let's do a quick, how much more time? Wala na, 5 minutes na lang. 5 minutes. O sige, very quickly. Marriage is, continue my sentence. Marriage is, blank. Marriage is,
Commitment.
Marriage is
Blessing.
blessing. Money is
Blessing.
money is okay. Money is
God.
men are
Lovely.
Men.
lovely, sexy. Okay, women are
Beautiful.
beautiful. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Okay. Maraming tao sa mundo, pag tinanong mo, meron akong kilala sa isang seminar, marriage is, ang sagot niya, agony. Marriage is agony. Guess what happened to her and her husband? Split na sila. Maraming Pilipino hindi nag-i-improve ang buhay dahil for them, money is, when you ask them, money is the root of all evil. When you think subconsciously that money is the root of all evil, what will you do when you have money in your hands, on your hands? Gusto mo siyang spend. You don't want to be close to evil. A lot of Filipinos say money is hard or difficult to earn. One of my friends, she learned about this, that you actually have a power to create. If there is one aspect of your life that is not working, you can actually change your thoughts. And the rest will follow. It will take work, of course. But you have to do it because you have the power to create. So this friend of mine, before, her declaration was, money is difficult to earn. She learned about this. So she changed it. She made it, money comes easily and frequently to me. And money comes easily and frequently to me. Pwede rin, I'm a money magnet. I get rich doing what I love. Diba? Dami niyan. So, dumami na nga yung pera niya. There was one time, I knew I had to learn numbers whether I like it or not because I'm in real estate. So like ko sinasabi, I love numbers. I'm so good with numbers. Ganyan ako. And so my sister, there was one time we had a meeting, Prof. said, wala pang 10 minutes, gets ko na. So the power of your thoughts, no? So thoughts will be equivalent to your feelings, will lead to your actions, and will eventually lead to your results. So if you want better results, then have better thoughts. Diba kahit sa Bible, what is noble, what is truthful, what is, diba nakalagay yun? That's what you think about. So pray every day. Every time meron akong negative thought, Lord, win in this. That's my prayer. And then it's a change niya. And even write it down. If it's for girls, sometimes we don't feel beautiful. Hay nako, punta ka sa mirror, say mo, I am beautiful. Diba? Minsan maririnig mo sinungaling. Diba? Diba? But you have to consistently say it. Dati I would be the last person to be asked to report because I would stutter. And then I changed my declaration. I made it, I am brilliant, beautiful, and blessed. Paulit-ulit. After a while, oh, you're so beautiful. Declaration ko yan. So ang galing. Talagang ito-change mo lang. So quick help is available. Let's all say this together. Kindly put your hand over your heart. I am God's masterpiece. Second, I am healthy, wealthy, and happy. Next is I bring joy to the lives of others. I am world class. I am becoming all that God's created me to be. I naturally inspire others. Every day just keeps getting better. My dreams are all coming true. So I hope you will be equipped with all of these, no matter what you're going through in your life right now. You may be in a painful situation, but rest assured that God is with you every step of the way. And whatever you're going through today will serve as a healing for others. One day, a person who is experiencing what you are experiencing right now will need a lot of love and healing. And you will know how to be able to give that because you were once there. And of course, the power of our choices. Stimulus. Lagi yan, di ba, remain a masterpiece? Parati yan, may magagalit sa'yo, paglabas mo pa lang dito, may mambubwisit na sa'yo. So there will always be a stimulus. And of course, there will be an outcome. Bunisit ka ng asawa mo, ha, ganun na. So, in between the stimulus and the outcome is your response. And there lies the power to choose. Pakisabi sa katabi, you are so powerful. You are so powerful. There was one time I was fighting with my sister. Sabi ko, sisigawan kami. Lumabas siya. She stormed out of my room. I started praying. Sabi ko, Lord, ayoko yung nangyayari. Ikaw na bahala. Bumalik siya. Sinigawan niya ako ulit. Tapos nabulol siya. Nabulol siya. Thank heavens, nabulol siya. So we were looking at each other and then we suddenly both laughed. So there is a power in that moment, and the best way to make use of that moment before anything else is to pray for God's will to be done in that particular moment. Okay, I am ending here. In every single moment, we have a choice. We have a choice to choose fear or love. We have a choice to choose more kindness, less kindness. More caring, less caring. More selflessness or selfishness. Every moment is a moment of choice. And I hope that you will remember that you are a masterpiece and that every choice you will make will be worthy of the masterpiece you truly are. So thank you very much for spending this afternoon with me, and I pray that you will really remember that you're a masterpiece, that you're called to create a masterpiece that will bless the world, and that you will always remain His masterpiece. That we will all come together again one day, maybe in heaven, and laugh and say, nagawa ko! Ubus na yung talent ko! Diba? I hope we will all be able to do that. And I will continue to pray for you. So, thank you, and God bless you. If you wish to keep in touch, wala yung mga icons. These are my contact details. And my book is also, but wala. Marianne Mencias is my Instagram. Watch Your Life's Masterpiece is my Facebook. I always put in inspirational stuff. That's my website. That's my email. marianne.mencias@gmail.com. My book is also available outside. It's $375 in the bookstores. Here, it's just $350. And then if you get 3, only for $1,000. Ayun. Kasama rin yan sa pagiging vulnerable. Iisipin mo, Lord, alam ko gusto mong mabless. So, mas mabless sila. So, if you feel in your heart you wanna be guided more in what's in your masterpiece, then grab a copy. Or maybe for the people you love. So, maraming salamat! Thank you, Tita LV! Tita LV invited me over. Let's all clap for Tita LV. Thank you, Tita, for believing in me. God bless you more.
And there are a lot of aha moments and wow moments. I have heard some wows back at the back, but then we some of the things that you said we have already learned and know, but the way you said it, it's different and it brought something powerful in us. Okay, thank you very much on behalf of the LLC. And everyone, thank you very much for your time. And I would just like to advertise that every second Thursday of the month, we have this kind of learning. That's lunch and learn. So this is the 23rd, every second Thursday of the month. See you. Thank you very much, everyone. Ay, picture daw tayong lahat.